Hello everyone. AWS Lambda is one of the major component in AWS serverless segment. The managed service offers run your code without thinking about setting up servers or infrastructure. It's very cool, right? AWS Lambda can be invoked in multiple ways, like synchronously. This is called request and response. So you invoke a function and then you wait for the response. Then the other type is event based, like you let any event happen, that event will trigger a Lambda function. And this way is called like asynchronous invocation. In today's video, we'll look into various invocation types of Lambda and also look into the retry behavior of the Lambda. And finally, we'll see what is dead letter queue and how to set up dead letter queue for a Lambda function. Let's get started. So let's understand the different ways to invoke Lambda functions. First of all, it's a synchronous invoke. It's a straightforward model. All you need to mention, like, invocation type is request and response. All you need to do is, your caller will have to wait for the response. Okay. This is the invocation type request response, which is straightforward. And if you go further, then you will find asynchronous invocation, which is event based. Okay, this will happen behind the scenes. So the event will any event can trigger a lambda function. So this is the asynchronous model. Okay, then the other type is a poll based invoke, where the lambda service will act on behalf of you and read the message and invoke maybe synchronous invocation. Okay, if you look into the error behavior, retry behavior, if you call it like a synchronous way, request response, then the error behavior, Lambda will not attempt to try again. So try calling again and retry option you have to manage. If it is asynchronous, Lambda has a built-in feature to try two more times. So your function might invoke three times if it is asynchronous way, and if it is poll based, the retry will happen as long as the data expires. Okay, so this is the default flow. In today's video, we look into the asynchronous way of invocation and we'll experiment how Lambda retries two times. And also we look into one feature called dead letter queue. So let's continue. So let's create our Lambda function. Now we are in AWS Management Console. Let's go to the Lambda service, Lambda console. Here I have option to create a function. Hit to create function. We'll create a function by giving name like my simple Lambda test. Let's say this is a function name, my simple Lambda test. Okay. The default options are fine. So let's click here to create function. Our function is being created. Let's wait to finish it. Okay, our function is created successfully. If you go to the code, you will find a sample boilerplate code, which is fine. Now I am simply going to which is fine. I'm going to simply console log the event. Okay, I'm not going to edit or change anything. This is very super simple function, and this function returns a response, which will have the response for 200, and it will simply having the message like hello from Lambda. Okay, the body attribute will return the simple string. Okay, the response. Let's deploy and test it. If you test the test event, just hit save. Okay, now test it. So our function is working fine. It returns a status of 200. Hello from Lambda. Also in the payload, we are printing the payload in the console log. Okay. So our function is ready. Now let us try to invoke this function in asynchronous way. So in order to do that, we will try to invoke it through simple notification service. Okay. So the simple notification service, let's get into the simple notification service. Now we are in simple notification service. Now we have to create a topic. So let's create a new topic. The topic is my test topic. Let's say my test topic. Okay. Next step. Okay. I'm creating the topic. This is a standard queue. Okay. Everything is fine. So the standard topic. Okay. I leave everything default. Okay. Very simple. Create topic. After creating the topic, I need to create a subscription. As I need to add the Lambda, the created Lambda will become the subscriber. So I create a subscription. The topic, the protocol is Lambda. Here I will select Lambda. This Lambda endpoint, AWS Lambda. Okay. Here I need to provide the ARN of the Lambda. If you go to the Lambda, you will find a function ARN here and copy, paste here. Okay. Lambda test. Here you create subscription. Okay. Subscription as created successfully. Okay. So you create the subscription. Once you have the subscription ready, then you come back to the topic, select the subscription. Okay. And now you can publish a message. Okay. So like you type some subject, test subject. Okay. And type something raw message. This is my test message. This is my test message. Publish the message. Message published to topic successfully. So this time you publish a new message. So in the subscription you have added Lambda as one of your subscribers. So the Lambda will be called behind the scenes. It's asynchronous invocation. Let's go. Now let us go to the Lambda function. Okay, simple test. Lambda function. Go to the monitor section. Go to the view CloudWatch logs. If you remember your Lambda code, in a Lambda code, we are adding the incoming event to the console.log. Okay, we add the line console.log event. So whatever the event we receive, we are logging to the console. So let us check whether we receive this event from the SNS topic. Okay, so go to the CloudWatch logs, open the log group of the my simple Lambda test. Okay, in the log stream, if you open the log stream, you will notice your info. Okay, the event information is logged in the console. So it's this event from the SMS. Okay, so this is evident that our Lambda function being called asynchronously. Now let us explore the Lambda's retry behavior when it comes to error, so that we will go to. So our super simple Lambda function is working perfectly in asynchronous mode. Now let us explore the error retry behavior of this asynchronous mode. Okay. So in order to do that, I'm going to intentionally fail this Lambda function. So I'm going to copy some couple of lines of code, which is just set timeout function. I'm going to call. I'm going to pass like 4000 milliseconds wait before to continue the next line. Okay, so it's like a timeout for 4000 millisecond. I'm going to set this as this function to timeout. Okay, let me deploy this change. If you notice, if you go to the configuration, the default timeout in the general configuration, the function supposed to timeout in 3 seconds. Okay, the code I put like 4 seconds. It will wait for 4 seconds. to continue to the next line. So obviously this function is going to fail. Okay. So let us ensure this function is failing by click hit text. If you see 2 seconds and we get error message. Task timeout after 3.01 seconds. So this function is ready to test it, asynchronously to explore the error retry behavior. Okay. Now let's go to the SNS topic. Simple notification service. If you open the topic, now you publish a new message. Click here to publish new message. Okay, this is my new message. Okay, just like that. Now we are going to send this new message as our Lambda is as a subscriber to this message. This will be called and obviously it is going to fail. Okay, so publish message. Okay, we publish successfully. Now let me go to the Lambda or yeah, I must go to the CloudWatch logs. CloudWatch. Open the log groups. Let me open this simple simple Lambda test. Okay, I got new log stream. If I open this, then I might find new events. You see, task timeout after 3.01 seconds. Task timeout after 3.0. So you see a couple of tries. Lambda tried to execute the function, but it failed. See the task timeout after 3.01 seconds. Okay. So this is the error retry behavior of Lambda when it comes to asynchronous invocation. Okay. Now let us explore what is DLQ, dead letter queue. The dead letter queue is something we have to capture whatever the events we receive, the incoming event. We need to put it in a the Lambda has to put it in a bucket, in a queue. The Lambda has to put it in a queue so that that can be processed later. So, there is a provision in Lambda. If you open the Lambda, let me open this Lambda function. If you open the configuration section, there is option here, asynchronous invocation. Okay. If you open the asynchronous invocation, you will find a dead letter queue service. So this Lambda can be linked with a dead letter queue in a queue so that the unhandled or erroneous event can be captured or stored in that queue, which can be looked later to be processed so that we'll have opportunity to look the errors and fix the in a function. Okay, so let me create a dead letter queue, one simple SQS queue, simple queue service that will change us that will set it as a dead letter queue. Okay, so we'll go to the simple queue service, simple SQ service. We'll create a queue. It can be a standard queue. If you open the queue, you will create a standard queue. So I will name my queue is my DLQ for simple lambda. Okay, I'm going with the default options. Create queue. So I created queue. Okay, then I'll come here I have selected my simple lambda test lambda function. Then I need to go to the as asynchronous invocation. Click edit. Okay. Click edit. Then I'll open this Amazon SQS. Okay. Simple queue service. Then I will select my DLQ for simple lambda. Save. The provide execution role doesn't have permission to call send a message on SQS. Okay. Once the lambda receives the event, okay, when it finds that it cannot handle that event because of the error, it must send this event to this store this event to this DLQ, this queue. Unfortunately, this lambda currently don't have the permission to send a message to the SQS. So we need to change the role to add this permission, this policy, send a message permission to this lambda. So let's go to the lambda. Let's go to the lambda and we'll edit the permission. Okay. If you go to the permission, you will find my simple lambda queue role. Okay. Let's open this role. Now, this role comes with standard execution role. We need to add a permission to send a message. So let's add an inline policy, create inline policy. Now this time I want to send a message. So we'll search SQS. Okay. So click write operation. I need to, this lambda must send a message. So click select send a message. Okay. We can restrict the ons for the specific queue. So let me open this queue detail. My DLQ simple lambda. Okay. Let me copy the on of this lambda. Okay. Add permission. I have entered the SQS on. Okay. Unique name. Selected. Hit next. Policy name. Create policy. So this one has been added with this role, simple lambda test role. Okay, that's it. Now we can get back to this. Now if you refresh the screen, if you refresh the screen, you will find this lambda function have permission to add CloudWatch logs. Also, it can add send a message to SQS. Okay, now we can go to this asynchronous invocation and we can edit. We can set the dead letter key. Select the Amazon SQS and then select my DLQ simple lambda. Save. Okay. Successfully updated the function my simple lambda test. Now we'll go to the simple notification service. Go to the topic and select the topic. We'll publish new message. Okay. Hi, this is new message, etc. I'm going to publish this message. So after this, lambda will be invoked. Lambda will fail ultimately because of the timeout, and then lambda will try a couple of times, and then lambda will send this event argument, will store this event argument in this my DLQ simple lambda queues. Okay. If you open this my DLQ simple lambda, you can wait for the message. We'll wait for some time. Can hold for the messages. So after 5 minutes, I received a message in this queue, dead letter queue. You can see the messages one and size 1.25 KB. Click here to open, then I can find the entire event source. You see the event, this event comes from this it's a nuts topic. Okay. Hi, this is my new message, etc. Okay. So that's it. We have successfully explored the error retry behavior of Lambda and dead letter queue. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next interesting topic. Thank you. Bye.